So once again, welcome everyone. This is not only a masterclass, but it's going to be a wonderful, magical workshop. And why do I say it wonderful and magical? I'm sure you will know in some time. So as it is a workshop, we are going to interact a lot. We are going to practice few things a lot. It is not going to be one way only listening. It's going to be two ways. So my request to you is kindly switch on your camera. Let me interact with you. And as and when you need to share something, you may please use the Zoom hand to raise, or you can put in your things, your message in the chat box. As much as possible, we will have a two-way interaction. We will speak a lot about it because this is a topic of discussion. And it's a Friday evening. I'm sure you had a lot of things, and still you made it to this without probably knowing me, or even after you have worked with me, you wanted to know a little more about this work, this topic that we are going to discuss. So I truly appreciate your commitment. I truly appreciate your willingness, and thank you for trusting in me. So once again, warm welcome to this masterclass, to this workshop. Okay. So Vasha, if it is workable, kindly switch on your camera and come. Subramanian, if it is workable, please do that. We will also enter.
We'll do it in 10 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, got you. So that's what I was also referring. In some time, after some time, we'll be doing a process. At that point, switching on your camera would be mandatory. Okay, because I need to understand what is going on, and I will give you the details little later. But to begin with, now as the heading or as the title of this meeting, Zoom session, that the invite was introduction to something known as EFT. So what does it mean? It stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It's a magical tool, and I can go on and on. However, I have to keep myself on track. I have created a presentation. I will be flowing through that, and of course, interacting a lot with you. But before we begin, as we speak about inner wellness, as we speak about the mental and emotional health, everyone, most of the time, we are fine. However, that's what we actually say. We actually mean that how are you? We all say we are very good, we are fine. However, when we really think about it, being human being, the nature of it, almost every time we will have some or the other thing that is kind of bothering us. Could be in the area of your health, could be in area of our relationship with our own self or with someone around. It could be with our parents, with our life partner, with our children, with our bosses or colleagues with whom we spend a lot of time. And these people have a say in the matter. It could be a friend or a sibling, or it could be anyone. We also have to, we also go through some ups and downs or some movements in the work that we do, in the career that we are, in the business that we are running. And of course, we also enjoy a specific type of relationship with the money in our life. And for that also, that sometimes it's working very well, sometimes we wish it could have been better. In addition to these important areas, there are other areas, aspects also of life. For example, it could be leisure or the hobby that we have, the things that we would want to do, the contribution to society, taking a vacation, or doing something for someone else. So these all are the different aspects of life. So when I speak about all these aspects, what is that one thing that comes to your mind that is working very well the way you want it? And something would be also coming in your mind that you would wish it could have been a little different. So everyone has something what I speak about. Do you resonate with? Show me a thumbs up. And if it is workable, as much as possible, come on camera. Lakshmi, would you like to share? Do you resonate with what I said?
As of now, nothing is going well in my life, so that is the reason why I joined this workshop. And yeah, I'm completely stuck. I'm not able to take any decision as of now. Yeah.
I get you, and it is perfectly fine. We will see what can be done. Sometimes when we feel that nothing is working and we are stuck, we are at the darkest moment, we are at the rock bottom. I have experienced in my life multiple times. And believe me, as it is said in Hindi, that when there is a darkest phase of night, be rest assured that a dawn is about to happen. The light is this, the new light, day's light is about to come. So be there. So thank you for acknowledging. And whatever struggles we are facing, my request to everyone, be in the flow. You will really enjoy this discussion. You will get, because this is what I'm doing right now, is the base of everything that we are going to explore in the next 1.5 hours. Okay. So when we say so many things are working or not working, these things make us feel a particular way. So I would request you to assess what does it make you feel? What do you keep telling yourself that what kind of person you have become or you are. Do you use appreciative words like I'm awesome, I'm blessed, I can do many things, I'm the winner? Or we start associating ourselves with the words like I'm sad, why me, I'm kind of stupid, I'm a loser. What happens? Okay, everyone, give me a thumbs up. Are you following what I'm saying? Are you in the conversation? You want me to repeat a particular part of it? Varsha. Hello, Shavanan. Thank you so much for joining in. Subramanian.
Yes, ma'am, I am following.
Okay. So whatever it is, what if I tell you that there is a way out to release what we feel? There is a quick way out. It will not probably take months or years, even though it is with us for months or years. It may take maybe this session, it may take just a moment, it may take a few days, but that's possible. If I say that, how would you feel?
Awesome.
Would you feel excited? Awesome. Okay. So before I move on to speaking about or sharing with you what is this magical way EFT, is it okay if I share a story with you? Am I allowed to share a quick story? Give me a
Yes,
yes.
please.
Yes in the
Yes.
chat box. Okay. So this story is about a scientist from Japan. His name is Dr. Masaru Emoto. And if you Google his name on the net, one thing that will definitely show up is his world famous water experiment. So what did he do? Very quickly, he took few test tubes. Now, what are the test tubes? If we want to go for blood test or something, the lab people will bring those tubes, right? That is what we mean test tubes. So he collected different samples of water or the same sample of water in different test tubes. Then he took a pen, a paper, a sticker, and wrote something and stick it on the test tube. All these different samples or the same sample with different names or different words on the test tube, he froze them all in the freezer. After he would put it out after some time, what it would have become, all of the water had become ice. Now, as he was the scientist, he took all of these in a lab and with his methods, he checked sample from all of these different test tubes. And what he found was magical. So instead of telling you, I would love to show it to you on Google. It is so magical that in my experience, I have noticed that not many people would believe. So this over here, Dr. Masaru Emoto, I had just searched it. He is the one, and this is the water experiment. So he is actually famous for water experiment. So if I click and expand on this, so what he found from the different test tubes was the molecular structure of the water was changed when it was viewed under the microscope. The test tube on which he had written the word compassion had a molecular structure like this. Are you able to see on screen? Let me give me a thumbs up if you are able to. Okay, because it's a small screen, that's the reason I wanted to check. On the test tube where the word was written thank you, this was the molecular structure. Next one was wisdom. This was heavy metal music. The water that was exposed to heavy metal, the molecular structure was like this. On one of the test tube, it was written, I will kill you. And the molecular structure had become like this. You fool had something like this as a molecular structure. Coming on the last line, the first one, where it was written peace, this was the molecular structure. Then it was thank you again, I will kill you. And some water after prayer. So it was this one is before prayer and this one is after prayer. This one is for love. Okay. So every story has a moral of the story. What do you feel would be the moral of this story? In simple words, can I say this experiment proves that words have power. Words have the power to impact water. How many of you would agree if I say that? Thank you, Subramanian. Yeah. Okay. So words words will have a so much of great impact on water. So the next question is how much of our body is made up of water? How much percent? 70%.
70%.
Absolutely, more than 70 as well. So if the words can impact water, can we say that the words also has a great power to impact us, our body, and our mind? Yeah. And what do we do with words? So many times we would have heard our elders saying, use your words wisely. In some of the languages, there are proverbs like, before you speak the word, you are the authority. However, after you speak the word is the authority. You have lost it, the authority over it. Have you come across any of such understandings and phrases? So this is the power of words that we have. So again, the question is, what are the words that we use for ourselves? And every word, for that matter, we have made a meaning. For that matter, every reaction of everyone else, we have made a meaning. But specifically, let's speak about words. When we keep telling ourselves, for example, someone would have told me, you are stupid, tum buddhu ho. Maybe once or twice, maybe for 1 year in my life. But even after so many years, I am the one who will keep telling myself, you are so and so. And I am are the most powerful words. Whatever we say after the words I am creates our reality. How many of you have observed that? When I say I am confident, I feel I'm confident. When I say I'm sad, even when I don't observe subconsciously, I will convert my body into a posture which is very, very sad. And the moment I say I'm excited, my body supports that what I say. Have you all felt, have you all observed? Not only this is person specific, but everyone obeys the words that they speak. True? Yes, thank you so much. So now, with this basic understanding, I would like to share with you and go ahead with the tapping exercise, or sharing a little bit about tapping. Okay. So let me start with introduction to EFT. What does it mean? It stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and it is also known as tapping. So what do I mean by tapping? Tapping is like when we want to call someone, we will just do like this. We want to refer to someone. For example, if someone else hand, we will just do tap. That is what we mean by tapping, and that is what we explore. That is what we use in emotional freedom technique. It is also the alternative to the traditional treatment, and it is widely used for healing physical pain, emotional distress, coming out of some old memory, and anything and everything you can make use to release something that is not serving you. It is based on the understanding that the cause of all negative emotions is a disruption in the body's energy system, which means we would say that everything works fine, and when the body's energy levels are disturbed or are does go up and down, it creates a set of negative emotion in the person. Who is the person who made it so famous? It was Gary Craig. And after he picked up this, coined this term and created a specific process around it, day by day it is gaining popularity because the simplest of the use it has, and it is creating magical results. What are some of the results? I will come on that as well. Let's look at what is the science behind EFT process. How does this actually work? Is it possible to release something, some physical pain wherever in the body with just tapping? If that is the case, why do we need the operations and the medicines and the pills and everything? So let's see what is the science. It is based on the understanding that there is an imbalance in energy flow in the body, which leads to the emotional and physical issues. Then the question is, what causes the imbalance in the energy flow? So there are some meridian points in the body. The way we have the nerves that carries oxygen as well as blood, there are also some meridians which are very, very minute that are supposed to carry the energy from outside the body to within and to each and every body cell everywhere. So when there is a issue in the meridian points, or there is a blockage in the meridian points, the tapping on those specific meridian points helps in restoring the balance, and thus it simulates the energy or brings back the energy in the body system. It is also based on the understanding that when the tapping process happens, on the meridian points, it signals the brain's stress centers. In the brain, there are some specific stress center, for example, amygdala. It signals that stress center to release the stress. And hence, it helps in reducing the emotional intensity of the stress or the specific emotion, and also the physical pain. These are my gurus, and I would like to pay gratitude to them for introducing me to the world of healing and also for certifying me. One of them is Indu and Mitesh Khatri, Brad Yates, and Jessica Ontner. So now let's look at what are the points, the tapping points, which are most commonly used meridian points. The first one is top of the head. The second one is eyebrow starting. The next one being the side of the eye or the temple point. The next one is under eye. Third, the next one is under the nose, the chin point, the collarbone. Underarm, that is around 4 fingers below the underarm, and the main point is the side of the hand or the karate chop point, it is known as. Okay, now at this point, I would like to stop and ask you, how many of you are feeling little bit interest to know little more about this structure? Yes, Lakshmi says yes. Hey, Vijay, thank you so much for joining in. How about you, Varsha?
What?
Would you like to know a little more about EFT?
Yes, I want to know.
You want to know? That's why you're joined? Okay. But because you're not on camera, I will keep asking you questions. Is that okay?
Yes, but I'm in traveling now, so
No worries. That's okay. Thank you so much for managing everything what you had to. So let's look at what is the process for tapping, rather the pre-requirements for tapping. Even if it is the simplest of the thing, you would agree that everything needs a process so that it is remembered, so that we do not miss out on the important structures, important points. Okay. So what are these pre-requirements, or before actually starting the tapping process, what do we need? The first thing is we need to choose one emotion or the physical pain or the memory that is disturbing us or it is not serving us. You may now say that, what if I have multiple things? It's very simple. If you have multiple emotions that you would like to release, pick one at a time. And then once you have completed that emotion, you can go for the next one. The second point is we remember that emotion and feel the intensity, or rather, if I have to say, we increase the intensity. How do we do it? If, for example, I'm feeling physical pain, I may move that body part to understand how exactly is the pain. For example, I have a cut over here in the little finger. It is not hurting. However, I would observe, like most of us, every time I would bang the same finger on something, and it will remind me, I will feel that wherever I have got hurt, at the same point, I'm getting hurt again and again. So, for example, that is the pain I want to release. I would feel it. Maybe I would press a little. Maybe I would understand how much is the intensity. Maybe I want to increase the intensity. For the simple reason, it is believed that what we can feel, we can heal. So, unless and until we cannot feel it, what exactly is the intensity, we may not be able to feel it completely. So, that is the second point. Then we rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. How do we do it? It's very intuitive. If 10 is the maximum pain, for example, or the maximum intensity of that emotion, how much am I feeling right now? And 1 would be, it's very, very less. It's like, just like it's not there. So then that's the third point. We will rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. And then we'll establish a phrase which will describe the current pain or the issue or the memory that we want to work on. And this phrase will include the recognition of the feeling and accepting ourselves despite the issue, the problem, or whatever we are feeling about, either about ourselves or others. Okay. So what is the process of tapping? How do we, what is the actual, when we start the process, what do we do actually? We have seen the different points. We have seen what is the pre-requirement of the tapping. Now let's see what is the process of tapping. We start, as we saw in the previous slide, we come to a statement. And what the statement could be, it could be taking complete responsibility of the feeling that we are feeling, and a set of phrase which could be, even though I have this emotion or this pain or this particular memory, I deeply and completely accept myself. Or maybe you want to add, I love myself. Because why is this required? Because most of the times what happens is, sometimes we feel angry about our own self, sometimes we are angry on other people. And specifically what we feel for us, we start to make it feel that because I'm feeling so and so, I'm not a good person. Because I'm not able to do something, I'm not a good person. Because I have this pains and aches and bad memory, I'm less of something. How many of you are able to relate this? Inside of this, we keep on discounting ourselves. And what once upon a time, as babies, we were full of self-expression. We would say whatever we want to say, the way we want to say. We would ask whatever we want from others, the toys or anything else, even if it did not belong to us. Even when we knew, even when we wanted something, we didn't knew whether it was expensive, whether my parents can afford it, whether this is the right time. But the way we wanted, we actually wanted, we would cry, do everything. So that was our self-expression. Everyone has experienced or seen with everyone how children behaves. More or less, we also behave the same way when we were child. Then what happened? Then conditioning happened. We observed. Then we were educated. And one by one, the smile, what we had like this, started to reduce. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for recognizing this. And everything that other people say, you are not good, you are not doing this right, the smile or the self-expression contracted even further. It reduced. Then we did not need any other people. We were sufficient to criticize ourselves. Every time we made a mistake, we would become a little more small. However, have you noticed that every time you did something good, that did not expand back? It was an irreversible reaction for that matter. Okay, every time you did something good, you did something brave, you did something that would appreciate, you had forgotten. Most of us forgot how to get back. If that was the case, for example, someone said something bad about me and I reduced my self-expression. The next time someone said good about me, I did not expand further. But every single negative thing, either someone else told me or I spoke to myself, I kept on decreasing my self-expression. And now, most of the time, I feel this much self-expression, I don't like myself. I don't love myself. I don't like this about myself. I don't like that about myself. So that is what we keep doing ourselves. How many of you can relate to this? Anyone? Lakshmi? Yes. How about you, Subramanian?
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah. Some of the other aspect of life, we keep doing this to us. Okay. So next step is, that's the reason, coming back to the setup phrase, we declare in our words. Why do we declare? How does it help? We just saw that the words we speak has a lot of energy, lot of impact on us. When I say, I accept myself. Okay, let's do quickly one thing, even before we go to tapping. Everyone, just keep saying, put your right hand on your heart if you wish, and say, I accept myself. I accept myself. I accept myself. And now, just observe, how do you feel? Do you agree that words have so much power over us? We are the creator. We had so much power over what we say. Yeah? Give me a thumbs up if you are able to experience this. Okay, 1%. Good. Okay, the next step what we do is, in the previous slide, as we saw the different meridian points, we tap 5 to 7 times on each of the meridian points that we have selected for tapping. Do we count? No, it's just random, 5 to 7 times. And we combine, while tapping, we combine some statements, which I would love to call it as affirmations. What are affirmations? Simple words. Whatever we keep repeating to ourselves becomes our affirmation. Whether it is, I'm confident, is an affirmation. However, I'm not good enough is also an affirmation. So whatever we speak acts as an affirmation, it directly goes in the subconscious. So as we tap on the different meridian points, we also keep saying some words. This could be as simple as, not very different. It could be as simple as I accept myself. And when we are doing the process, we focus on the emotion and we focus on the fingertips, because fingertips is something we'll be using for the tapping process. So this is all about what I want you to know about EFT. Okay. Now the question is, why am I talking about this? How it has made a difference to my life? Quickly, can I share with you why I'm doing this? Why EFT? Why nothing else? Is it okay? Yeah, what this is. Subramanian, give me a thumbs up if you are allowing me to speak. So it has changed my life over last 2 years. And I actually understood a little before that emotional well-being is very, very important. And there is a lot of science behind it. I lost my mother to death because she did not overcome some emotion. And that was a trouble point. That was the issue that, we lost her. So since then, I had made a promise to myself that maybe that time I did not understand much about emotions or how to handle them. But as I grew, as I know little more about, I decided to use this to not only help myself, but as many people as possible. And now I'm on a mission. Rather, I have a vision to contribute to a nation where people are practicing gratitude, people are living a fulfilled life. So that is the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. And in last 14 months around, from November 23, I got certified, and after which I started helping other people, my students, with EFT. With God's grace, even now I have just completed a 11 days challenge with some of the participants, and I have a lot of results to share with you. But what you would like? Would you like to check the results, or would you like a glimpse of that? So many things, Pamela, you're saying. Can we practice a part of it, maybe for a few minutes? How many of you would be willing to practice this tapping process? Yes, you would. Okay. Okay, so then let's practice. Lakshmi, thank you for your confirmation. So for that, usually play a music, but because right now I want to give you a glimpse of it, And I will be also talking for clarity purpose. I'm not playing the music, and we will do the tapping. So everyone, if you have some water and you need some water, please have a sip of water, and then we'll start. Yes, if you wish, take a moment and do that. So as we saw, the first point is we choose one emotion. So for simplicity, can we take the emotion of anger? While I lead you, I practice, I would like to say the emotion of anger. If you can feel this emotion, let me know what would be the intensity. So how do you do that? Maybe you can close your eyes for a moment and feel that. Do you experience anger in this moment? For whom? For what reason? And now assess on a scale of 1 to 10, if you have to give a number, where 10 is most angry and 1 is just a little bit of anger or a feeling or just a memory of anger. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what is it? What is a number that is coming to your mind? Gently open your eyes, and I want you to write down in the chat box the emotion. If you have taken anger, write down anger. And besides that, what is the intensity you're feeling right now? I get you, Lakshmi. Vijay, I saw the message now. Give me some time. I will go back on the slide. Subramanian, Varsha, are you with us?
Huh?
Are you
Hello.
with us? Are you listening?
Yes, yes.
So type in the chat box. If you are feeling anger, type out anger and the intensity. Vijay, please do so. So let's do it. If you have chosen any other emotion, so whenever I say the word anger, I want you to replace that with your emotion. Thank you so much. So for that, let's take a deep breath in. And with your 4 hands, you can do it. Okay, a couple of more instructions. You can do with either of your hands. So I am righty, so I would use my right hand. And the left hand, this side of the hand or the karate chop point as we call normally. Why? Because it is the way, it is used for karate, for the kick. I mean, for the action. So that's the reason. So with the second hand, I will start tapping like this. And as we move forward, I will quickly tell you what would be the other one. When I'm doing tapping over here, we can use the first 2 fingers because all fingers, it will not be possible. We can do it with one hand or both the hands. Over here, this. When we do top of the head, we will be able to use all the fingers. You can do it with one hand or both the hands. Here, of course, with one hand. Then there is the collarbone, the bone where you have, there is a gap over here beside, there is a bone, the starting of the collarbone we'll do. Then underarm. Okay, these are the main points we'll be using today. There are some other points also, which is, for example, the place where the nail and the skin meets. Okay, that is also a point we can use for tapping. So now let's begin from the karate chop point. How I want you to do is, as we have seen, the words have power. This system, this process will work immediately. Okay, so I want you to keep your mind open that whatever you are feeling right now, whether it is anger or anything, this process, this 5 minutes of process has the power to release it. With this clarity, with this intention, we will tap and just be willing. Focus over here and focus on the feeling of your anger. Do not be mute. I mean, do not keep quiet. Repeat it. Even if you are at a place you cannot repeat it loudly, please repeat it as much as possible, loudly as much as possible. Do not do it in your head. Okay, let's begin. Okay, I take 100% responsibility for my emotions. I take complete responsibility for my feeling of anger. I take complete responsibility for all my emotions. Even though I'm feeling angry right now, I choose to love and accept myself completely. Even though I feel this anger, I choose to love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling a lot of anger, and I know it is not required, still I choose to love and accept myself completely. Okay. Now take a deep breath in. When we will take a deep breath in, we will do the hand movement like deep breath in. And as we release through mouth, we will put our hands down. Very nice. Now let's start tapping from the eyebrow point. This feeling of anger I'm willing to release. Side of the eyes. This emotion has been with me for a long, long time. I know it is healthy sometimes, below the eyes, but most of the time, it gives me problem more than any solution. Top of your head. This emotion of anger, I'm now willing to release. Below the nose. And when I release this emotion, I am strong enough to communicate what I need to in a better way, in a subtle way, in a more positive way. Chin point. So with this understanding, I know I can live without this feeling of anger. Collarbone, you can use both hands or one hand. And hence, I choose to release this anger. Underarm. I choose to release my feeling of anger from the area of my health. Another arm. I choose to release this feeling of anger from all my relationships. Come back to the karate chop point. I choose to release the anger from my work, from my career, and from my money aspects. And when I release this emotion of being angry, I now lovingly replace it with a lot of love and care. Yes, I now choose to be happy. I now choose to be smart enough to communicate what I need to in a very positive way. I choose to feel grateful. And I remember how blessed I am. Great. Now let's take a deep breath in with the hand movement. Take it out. Hold and release. Bring your hands down. Release through your mouth. Now, as you release, blow something. Feel that you're blowing something out of your mouth. Okay, let's do one more time. Take a deep breath in. Hold and release like you're blowing something out from your mouth. Okay. Just be in the new energy that you have created for yourself. And as you feel ready, slowly and gently open. Very nice. So now I would like to hear from everyone, or maybe you can put a message in the chat box. What was the intensity before that you felt for your anger? And what is the intensity you can feel now? Is it the same? Has it increased? Has it decreased? If you wish, just close your eyes for a moment, go back in the feeling, and you'll be able to feel the change. BG is 94, Subramanian is relaxed. Okay, so would you help me to understand, the anger was at 5 right now. Are you feeling it at 4, 3, 2? Sharvanan is 7 to 1. I get you. Lakshmi, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm not able to identify what exactly I'm feeling right now. I have mixed feelings. Like
I get you.
I'm feeling better. At the same time, I'm feeling like crying also.
So you must cry. Why you must cry? Because that is the way of releasing emotions also. Okay. For everyone else,
Okay.
if you want to have some water, you can do that. So that brings me to a point that when we practice all these, yawning, sweating without any reason, feeling like crying, or rather the water coming out of either eyes or our nose, are common ways for our bodies. There's our body's mechanism to release whatever we are releasing, to release whatever is no longer serving our body. So it's okay to cry. Yeah? Because it is not crying or feeling sad, it is the way your body wants to release it. And also that reminds me that as we are doing this process, we would be doing one more process. Okay, let's look at the willingness in the room, and we'll be doing one more process. After which, as much as possible, drink lot of water and take lot of rest. If you feel like as much as workable for you, take little more sleep to release. Okay, everyone good up to here? Yeah, very nice. Thank you.